Good morning, Facebook. This is dedicated to Corrine Davis, born June 14th, 1929, died February the 2nd, 2011. And this is where your story unfolds. On February the 2nd, 2011, I turned in Scott Shellenberger and Governor O'Malley's crime machine on the prison industry. I turned it into Greg Bernstein. 5 days later, I was locked up and charged with terror. That's my producer. And it clearly states right here, this is art, piece, and evidence. Alright? I've been doing this movie since 2006. Governor O'Malley approved the program. It's a ceasefire program. And that's the toilet you locked me up for. That's 2007. If you look at that. You feel me? That's art and evidence. If I was white, y'all wouldn't have locked me up. This Las Vegas, Nevada. Caesar's Palace. Alright? See that? This deck of cards. That's my mother, Corrine Davis. 701 West Jefferson. You kidnapped me on February the 7th, 2011. You held me for 86 days. I missed my mother's funeral. You also destroyed evidence. You took a truck, a computer, 13 storyboards, contracts, movie releases, and diaries. The contents of that truck was worth $130 million. $2.6 million in lost wages. I was making a movie. And I went straight to the White House. It's Maryland General Assembly. Agent Jones know all about this. She was in the room when I testified in Annapolis and in Baltimore County. That's Johnny Oleski asking for a federal investigation into my incarceration in Illinois and in Maryland. I'm from Chicago. I came here straight out of the Illinois Department of Corrections in 1991. All right? In 1991. House Judiciary Committee. Baltimore City, Baltimore County. The States Attorney's Office. Convene a grand jury. I went a grand jury because I was kidnapped. I was kidnapped in Illinois and I was kidnapped in Maryland because I was making a documentary about the war on drugs, the money behind the war on drugs. Y'all talk about the violence in the city. You can't talk about the violence in the city if you don't talk about the root of the violence. And the root of the violence is the war on drugs. You can't have a ceasefire. The ceasefire program I brought to Baltimore in 2006. Governor O'Malley didn't want it because it addressed the violence and the guns and the Governor O'Malley didn't want the ceasefire in 2006 because he didn't want to address the war on drugs. Neither did the Maryland Black Caucus. Black Caucus. You took an AOL account, so if you get everything from D.D. Short 6 to 2010, you see the government. I'm a political activist. That's Tony Bridges. That's Telma Branch. That's me, 1402 Lochner, Department of Justice, FBI, and various members of the Illinois. All right. That's public relations. That's courts. So like I said, here, people in the shit. We trade plantation cotton. You harvesting our sons and our daughters. I asked for Martin Luther King's job. Nothing more, nothing less. And that's the Maryland Black Caucus, Monday, March 2009. That's Ed Norris, Executive Director of ACLU, Chicago FBI. Y'all got a case filed on me. It's called entrapment. And I documented everything I was doing. All right? It's called entrapment. So I filed a lawsuit against y'all. All right? Baltimore Police Department. And y'all refused me access to the court. That's the Shorty documentary. Because like I said, I was making a movie. Ain't no law against making a movie. Ain't no law against making a movie. Toilet ain't nothing but a prop. That's mail theft and vandalism complaint, because while I was locked up in jail, y'all stole mail. That's a federal offense. When I was in Illinois, you stole mail and destroyed evidence, and you did the same thing in Maryland. That makes it a federal offense. That's President Obama, because he asked for an investigation. That's Mayor Pugh. That's Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake. That's Governor Hogan. That's President Trump. That's Scott Shellenberger. Scott Shellenberger is the weakest link. Scott Shellenberger destroyed evidence, and he committed the fraud. Also, federal violations, mail theft, and vandalism complaints. That's a federal violation. He destroyed evidence. I'm a whistleblower, and he knowingly locked up a whistleblower. He also lied to the grand jury and destroyed evidence. Like I said, we playing cards. I'm going to pull your card. That's the mayor of Waukegan when I started this. I went home on vacation and came back on probation. You held me for 186 days in Illinois, and I was filming you. You destroyed evidence. You permitted Miss Gion to lie to the grand jury. You submitted false evidence to the grand jury. She lied. And I won a trial. This was the evidence that you destroyed on February. LaRue took this evidence out of the evidence locker. This evidence is missing. This is my property. It's my intellectual property. It's a videotape that shows everything I did December the 22nd, the 23rd, and it shows that Miss Leon lied. That's Judge Starks. This case. I was making a movie about this case, 86. That's the 86 case about the war on drugs. State Illinois versus the one artist. And I was making a movie about it. NAACP Attorney Disciplinary Committee got it. All right. November 13th. See that? 2017, Julian Jones, Department of Justice, Doug Colbert. Please share this with the entire council, Scott Shellenberger, Kevin Kamenetz, and ensure the transparency of the conversation, to review the videos and bring clarity to the situation. Movie was made long before 2011. The fact of the issue is I was making a movie about white supremacy in the courts. All right. See that? Bought down material to be reflected on my case. That's Elijah Cummings in 2015. That's Elijah Cummings, prison industry whistleblower, April 2015. Party gets bigger and better. Look around, David said, we dying out here. That's 2009. That's Edwards, that's Lieutenant Governor Brown, Mikulski's, Rupersberger, Branch, and Cummings. The video vigilante got a story called Shorty. It's making a movie about the politics and the politicians. I was making a movie about the Maryland General Assembly. It's making a movie about you because you adapted Chicago-style politics here in Maryland. And everything is timed and dated and documented. It's dedicated to my mother and my family. Making a movie and you kidnapped me from my family. So I'm gonna pull your card. You stole me from my mother and my sisters and brothers. You stole me from my kids. You labeled me a terrorist. You feel me? This is my family that you took me from. My sons and my daughters, my grandchildren. You feel me? You stole me from my family like I was property. You feel me? You stole me from my family like I was property. You feel me? It's a box of memories. That's all I got left is a box of memories. But I'm going to box you up. That's Clippinger. All right? Clippinger, Lieberman, and Lewis. That's Baltimore City. The mayor of Baltimore City delegation, Police Commissioner Harrison, and State Attorney Mosby. I'm asking for reference to Dwayne G. Davis to have Mr. Davis several times over the past year. All right? That's him asking the Department of Justice to investigate you and the Maryland General Assembly because I was kidnapped from my family. That's what I got for you. I told you to take your campaign signs down. This is evidence for this federal investigation. This is evidence for the grand jury. That's Nick Mosby. That's Spring Grove Medical Facility. I'm going to show you the abuses that you have in Spring Grove Medical Facility. I'm the founding member. That's Nick Mosby. That's Thomas Lewis. That's States Attorney's Office. Good morning. I'm a whistleblower on the courts and the corruption in Judge Bennett's whistleblower's application. Subject, interview, Spring Grove Medical Facility. 2008, follow-up interview, Hearst Broadcasting. You feel me? I'm going to turn this over. Y'all know who that is? That's Kathleen Hughes. And that's me in Washington, D.C. That's my ceasefire program. Congressman Cummings' office. 2013 at 11 a.m. That's Governor O'Malley. Like I said, the Attorney General, Department of Justice, Jeff Sessions, he got that. Y'all locked up a whistleblower and a cook. You stole property from a businessman, and your father participated in it. That's Ben Cardens. That's Judge Bell. That's James Broshin. That's the Office of the Governor. Exhibit 2. That's Governor Blagojevich. I was making a movie about the corruption. I was showing you Chicago politics is right here. That's Dick Gregory. They just released Governor Blagojevich from jail. If Blagojevich produces all my material, or we start talking about Blagojevich and comparing them to Maryland, Blagojevich sold Obama's seat. But Governor O'Malley been selling out black people. You feel me? Governor O'Malley been selling out black bodies. Made a whole lot more money than Blagojevich did. Yeah, that's Mary Wells from the Supremes. That's Governor Schaefer. Yeah, she seen me testify. Alright? He heard my testimony and he got evidence. That's Ed Mulitolo from the Ravens. That's Ozzie Newsome from the Ravens. These are the supporters of Shorties. And we are employing all inappropriate officials in the state of Maryland. Well, Nick Mosby, that's your sign. And this is your sign that you ain't doing your job. Because if you do your job, we're going to stop protecting white supremacy in Baltimore City and Baltimore County. Because these is what we going after. Governor O'Malley, States Attorney Bernstein, Scott Shellenberger, and Shellenberger's your weakest link. That's Jeff Majors. Black Lives Matter. And if we go to the other side, those are the criminal charges in which I filed that nobody wanted to take. That's the juror ID number. Alright? I, Dwayne G. Davis, approached the court of Judge Cox, Administrative Judge of Baltimore County under Senate Bill 374 as a private citizen. These are the supporters of Shorty's. You stole from a businessman. Articles of law, criminal law. All right? Officials' proceedings, the victim, the witness. All right? Movie release, Shorty's documentary. It's about you. It's 98 Robt. Tyrone West. It's about you and defending black people's rights. And this broke down your prison industry. Jeremy Stemick took a payoff, $40,000. In his mom machine. It's about Corey McRae, Nick Mosby, Marilyn Mosby. It's about the money you make off of black bodies. Black lives don't matter. The money you make off of black bodies do. This movie was about Governor O'Malley and my son. That's Pastor Jerome Stevens. Like I said, ain't no law against making a movie.